Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Thursday, our last day of regular school for this week. Grab your notepad and something to write with, and we are going to make our list. Now, some of you might already have your list started because you know, first of all, will be Bible, and you'll take a picture to send to me. You know that second of all will be Scholastic, where you're going to read 2 books, watch a video, do an activity, and that activity will get a picture sent to me. Kindergartners, you're working with rain today, and some of what you do with rain will involve some math things as well. If you have some cotton balls, you'll use them in the activity. And first graders, you guys are doing trash and recycling, and you're going to be doing some writing that we talked about just a little bit before this year, where you write out the steps of a process. We haven't done that a whole lot, so this is going to be great writing practice for you. After you learn about trash and recycling, then to write out the steps involved in the process. All right, then Kids A to Z, where you'll have an assignment and then you'll do some level up, math, and you'll take a picture to send to me. And then last of all, your extra lesson. So both of you today have 2 jobs, just like you've had earlier this week. Boys and girls, one more thing on our list before we go to explain your extra jobs. Remember, this is one of those days with 2 jobs, so go ahead and mark 2 marks here, because you'll have 1 job, and after you do that, mark off this mark, and then you have another job, and after you do that, you can mark off this mark. Actually, after you do both of these marks, you could mark off the whole thing on the list, because that's what you do. After you do Bible, you can cross that out. After you send the picture, or your parents send it, you can cross that out. With Scholastic, you can cross each book out and the video out and the activity out. Then once you know that the picture is sent, you can cross that off. And if it's sent, you can cross off the whole thing. Kids A to Z, once you do that, cross it off. Math, cross it off. Cross it off once, of course, not right now. After you do it, cross it off. Cross off the picture once you know the picture is sent. And then you can cross off all your extra jobs here once they're done. So don't be crossing them out right now with me. Cross them out after you finish. So first graders, follow along as we review the kindergarten work because it's good practice for you too. Nap, nap, wag, wag, cap, cap, rag, rag, map, map, bag, bag, tag, tag. Let's jump over here. Lap, lap. And here, remember these 2 consonants, FL, we say them right together. We blend them right together in our mouth. We don't do f, l. We say them together. Fl, fl, ag, flag. So again, down here, just as a couple reminders, if some of these pictures are tricky, these little lines back and forth show that this tail is wagging. This arrow down here is pointing into this person's lap. This price would be attached to something for sale. That's the price tag. And this all messed up, rumply scrap of cloth here is a rag. All right, the other job that you're going to have for today involves this paper here that's in the package you got from me. And it has this little leprechaun guy here in the middle. You can color him if you want to after you do the work, but what you need to do is go through and tap out the letters for these. This is the kind of work we've already done. Here you have cat, so you could even pound and tap it. Cat, k-at, cat. And write cat. Here you have fan, you can pound and tap. Fan, f-a-n, fan. Oops, there we go. Here we have ham, ham, ham. Oh, let me move it so you can see it better. There you go. So this down here, boys and girls, is jam, like a jar of jelly, jam. Here is bat. You've had that in your sort. Map, you have that in your sort right now. Rat, you've had in your sort. And bag, you have in your sort right now. So kindergartners, most of these should not be too tricky for you. You've already had practice with some of them. There might just be a couple to really think about those sounds. Let's think here about jam real carefully. J, j, j. What says j? You know what it's not going to be? It's not going to be G, because G does not say j. See if you can figure out what says j to put there. So first graders and Lily, you guys have two jobs also. Read your vowel, consonant, silent E words. And then here you have all of the octopus for today. Oh my goodness, that's out of focus. There we go. So you can see this is getting to more words. But whether it's a lot of words or only a few words, what we really want to focus on is the thinking part. So down here, one of your questions is again going to be, what happens at the end? And it's not just going to be asking you what happens at the end, and so you say, oh, Olive made a big mess. We need to look more at what was really happening in the story. There are parts of the story that they don't write in the words. And that doesn't just happen with these comic stories. That happens in all grown-up stories. In all grown-up stories, there are parts of the story that happen, and they tell you a few things to give you clues to it, but you're expected to use those clues and figure out the other part that was there that they didn't actually write down. So you guys are going to be doing that today in your question about what happened at the end.